Hello, family. I'm Megan Zimring, and I'm here to share with you my download for the upcoming full moon in Aries on October 15th. So this full moon in Aries is exact at 9:23 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the West Coast, this full moon will land exactly on October 15th. If you're on the East Coast, this full moon will land at 12:23 a.m. Eastern time on the 16th. So depending on where you are in the country, this full moon is either on the 15th or the 16th, but the time frame that it's landing will affect us all equally in a very powerful way. So it's important that we understand what the evolutionary invitations are as we step into this Aries lunar energy. And the way that I really like to dive into these lunar energies is through the doorway of the previous moon cycle. So we have every month a new moon and a full moon, and they each build off of one another. So if we work consciously with these energies, we're able to actually stack up each evolutionary invitation and take a step like a quantum leap, one step, another step, building one on top of the other, really working consciously with the energies. So 2 weeks ago, we had a new moon in Libra. A new moon is when the sun and the moon are together in the sky. So the sun has been moving through the constellation of Libra. At the moment of the moon caught up with the sun and made the conjunction, which is they're just together in the sky. It's a fusion of the lunar and solar energies. So at the new moon, we had a combination, a powerful packed punch of Libran energy with the moon and sun being together there in the sky. Now 2 weeks later, the moon has moved opposite the sun. While the sun still stands in Libra, the moon is now opposite in the constellation of Aries. So 2 weeks ago, they're together in the sky, making this powerful energetic signature around relationship. So 2 weeks ago, we really had an invitation to set our intentions and create space for our natural partners to enter the scene, to release what doesn't serve us so that we are clear within our own consciousness, so that we're able to magnetize partners into our experience that serve our soul's evolutionary aims. So what does that mean? It means that the people in our lives serve as mirrors for us. They reflect back to us what all the parts of ourselves that are present, that we're conscious of, and also the parts of ourselves that we're not conscious of, that we need to understand exist inside of us. So oftentimes we hear when someone triggers you or upsets you, there's a part of yourself that exists inside of them that you're not willing to accept or look at. So the Libran energy is actually a really powerful time for us to view our relationships and our friends and our romantic partners and our family members, all of our relationships, as these powerful mirrors that serve our evolution in this lifetime. And there's hardly anything that's more powerful than that, to have these people in our experience that catalyze us to evolve, to shift, and to grow in ways that we couldn't without that mirror. So if you think about yourself in relationship, there are so many moments where, you know, we feel that we're operating on full throttle. We're 100% healthy, and we're aligned, and we're, you know, taking steps in the direction of our purpose. Then we get into romantic relationship oftentimes, or deep friendship, really the kinds of friendship that they'll tell you even what you don't want to hear. The deep kinds of partnerships in our lives will bring up our stuff oftentimes. Right? The stuff comes up so that the things come up that we don't realize were there before those partnerships came into our experience, right? We think we're operating, we're healthy, we've released everything we need to release, and then imagine a partner comes into your experience and suddenly insecurity comes up, or fear arises, or, you know, controlling, you become controlling. These are energies that still existed inside of you. You just didn't know it until that mirror came in and showed you that part of yourself was still present, and gave you an opportunity to witness it, notice it, and heal it, release it, process that emotion. So then moving forward into the next phase of your journey in your future relationships, or as you move forward in the development of that relationship, you can show up as a more integrated, whole, healthy version of yourself, with a deeper level of self-understanding, a deeper level of clarity. And that's the greatest gift that relationship gives us in this lifetime. These soulmates are our mirrors. They serve as catalysts for our evolution throughout the whole of this lifetime. So thank you, thank you, thank you, partners. Let's feel that energy. So that during the new moon time, we really were processing that and understanding what people in our lives are serving as mirrors for us in a healthy way, and what people in our lives may not be serving us well anymore. Have we evolved beyond particular relationships? Can we move on from relationships that no longer serve us in order to create space for relationships that can catapult us into the next phase of our journey? These are questions we've been asking ourselves. This is very intense energetic times that we've been in. Now, the Libran energy, because it's so much oriented toward relationship, there's also a call towards compromise, right? Towards being able to show up in a way that serves not only yourself, but also your partners. So can you receive perspectives that may not align exactly with your own, that may not be, it might not be what you think, but can you hold space for that, receive it, and actually process what someone else is telling you instead of becoming triggered by it and defensive? So the Libran energy is a call for compromise. It's a call for finding the middle ground, for finding the bridge that can tie you together, where you can meet in the middle. So beautiful. We need that. We need to be able to compromise and find balance, harmony, and peace in our relationships and in every aspect of our lives. Very, very important. But oftentimes a trap with that Libran energy is that for the sake of not losing our relationships, or for the fear of losing our relationships, we don't always speak up and speak our truth. Sometimes we hold too much space for what other people want and lose ourselves within the context of relationship. So now here we go into the Aries energy on the 15th or 16th. We have a call to claim your truth. Speak your voice and be yourself, especially within the context of relationship, because the sun is still in Libra. There's still an energetic focus on the arena of relationship. Now, at the same time, with the full moon in Aries, there's a simultaneous energetic focus on understanding who you really are, and true to the warrior way that is Aries, having the courage to show up and represent that part of yourself. Powerful time, scary time. Not only is this full moon in Aries the sign of the warrior, the daredevil, the pioneer, requiring fierceness, courage, bravery, but it's also conjunct, meaning right next to, the planet Uranus. Uranus is the revolutionary. This is rebellious energy paired up with this warrior energy. When the warrior meets the rebel, can you feel that? That's fire. There's potential for some explosiveness during this time. There's potential for arguments during this time. There's potential for some combat during this time. But what the aim really is to find the middle ground. Because that sun is still in Libra, we do need to have an orientation or an aim towards cultivating peace, while we also are being true to ourselves and being courageous enough to speak on what it is we truly want. Not only to speak on what it is we truly want, but to assert ourselves and claim it in the world in a way that honors ourselves and honors our relationships. So who are you really? What is the most representative of your authentic self during this time? In every arena of your life, how can you show up and take the reins of your own experience? How can you become the leader of your life once more? Have you given up too much control to other people? You know, during this Aries time, we ask ourselves the question, oftentimes we have a choice. Do I want to be the hunter or do I want to be the prey? And the answer may be, I don't know, is there a middle ground? Sometimes there won't be. So show up and be the hunter. Show up for yourself and claim what it is that you want. Fight for what it is that you desire, which requires you to first get clear on that. So this pulse of lunar energy, when we hit this full moon in Aries, is an invitation to first get clear on who you are and then be willing to claim it with courage, with fearlessness. Fearlessness not defined as, acting without, having no fear. It's defined as, in fact, let me reframe that. Courage not defined as fearlessness. right? We all have fear. Fear is okay. Fear is likely going to emerge during this time. That'll be difficult to get around. Oftentimes we have to operate even when we're afraid. We need to learn how to have the reins of our experience and act even when our voice is shaking. Act even when we're afraid, even when our body is like, no, don't do it. As long as it aligns with the truth of who you are, what you believe from the most authentic place, this is the moment to act. This is the moment to act while also honoring the sacredness of your relationships and your partners, because they've been here for you to show up as mirrors to help you evolve and grow all throughout the whole of this lifetime. So let's honor ourselves while honoring each other. And in fact, the highest vibration here is to engage in relationships that not only honor you, but push you, compel you, and support you in claiming what it is that you desire in every arena of your life, in your business, in how you're living, how you're taking care of yourself, and how you're showing up in your relationships. In every arena, this is the moment to claim your truth and speak your voice. So I'm here to support you as you step fully into your power during this time. If you're interested in signing up for a full session with me, you can check me out at meganzimmering.com. And until next time, I am sending the biggest blast of love to you all. Mwah.